This video explores the civil rights of persons with disabilities and the historical journey that led to modern legal protections. The history of disability rights is a journey from institutionalization and unfair laws to a global movement for autonomy. The 1990 Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, was built on decades of radical activism. Early milestones were often driven by educational needs. For example, the American School for the Deaf was founded in 1817. However, unfair laws existed in some U.S. cities, making it illegal for people with unsightly disabilities to appear in public. In 1935, the Social Security Act provided the first federal assistance for adults with disabilities. Inspired by the civil rights movement, advocates began demanding inclusion. Key events included the founding of the Berkeley Center for Independent Living in 1972 and the passage of Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act in 1973. The 1977 504 sit-ins and the 1988 Deaf President Now protest marked major victories through direct action. The push for national legislation included the 1990 Capitol Crawl, where activists physically demonstrated the lack of accessibility. This led to the 1990 Americans with Disabilities Act, which prohibits discrimination in employment and public services. The ADA defines disability as a, quote, physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more of the major life activities. The ADA Amendments Act of 2008, or ADAAA, corrected a series of Supreme Court rulings that had narrowed protection under the law. By broadening the definitions, Congress restored the ADA's original intent to protect anyone with an impairment from discrimination. The ADAAA overturned key Supreme Court cases. For instance, rulings that considered mitigating measures, like glasses, or internal compensatory mechanisms, like a brain adjusting to monocular vision, were rejected. The amendments also lowered the threshold for what constitutes a substantially limiting impairment. A significant technical change in the 2008 Act was the inclusion of major bodily functions as, quote, major life activities. This protected individuals with internal or invisible illnesses, such as conditions affecting the immune system, normal cell growth, or neurological functions. Furthermore, the ADAAA simplified the regarded as definition, requiring only proof of an adverse action because of an impairment. July is Disability Pride Month. Wondering what the Disability Pride flag colors represent? Red circle red, physical disabilities; yellow circle gold, neurodiversity; white circle white, invisible disabilities and those not yet diagnosed; blue circle blue, emotional and psychiatric disabilities; green circle green, sensory disabilities. The charcoal gray background represents mourning for those lost to ableism and symbolizes our rage and protest against mistreatment.